Everybody, how is everybody doing? It is a pretty nice day so far, although it's going to get worse here in Western Massachusetts. I have a very special guest right now. This is my sister. Her name is Fran.
Hi.
And we are at her house, and my niece is in the next room sleeping. So you're going to have to let us know if the volume has any issues, and we will try to speak up if we can. So this is going to be
but not too loud because she's sleeping because she worked overnight and she's working overnight again tonight. Stella, shush.
And we have her puppy dog here who may take a moment to visit in a minute. But we're just going to be here chit-chatting with everybody, see what's going on, ask us questions. Everybody loves Fran when she's on, so we are going to, answer anything you have. It's going to be probably a little bit shorter of a live than normal, but we will see what we get through. Already in the chat, we have our friend Diana Corday. Good morning. And then we also have Michelle in here. Good morning. And then we have Joydy, who says that we're being heard well. So that's a good thing. Like I said, my niece is sleeping. She works overnight at the NICU in the area. So we want to get her as much sleep as we can, because I remember my days of working overnight. It was tough sleeping during the day.
She didn't sleep much yesterday in prep because I graduated.
She graduated. She's now a bachelorette.
And my husband's okay with that.
And next week she's having a bachelorette party. Good morning, Balloonist, and good morning, Sherry. Hope y'all are doing very well. So one of the fun things that we are going to do is we are going to try something that we have never tried before. Michelle's asking if we know of any young sewing class in Northern Missouri. Sorry, no. I live in the Atlanta area, so I don't, and maybe somebody in the chat might, but I wouldn't bank on right now. Joydy says, congratulations, Fran.
Thank you.
With a whole bunch of emojis. So I have an Amazon box here with goodies in here that Fran has never tried before, neither have I. And I know, or I have read the proper way to try it the first time so that we can, have the best experience. And I'm kind of giggling because
It's Vegemite, isn't it?
Yeah, Fran mentioned what it was a minute ago. She said, I don't want to try your Vitamita Vegemite.
Well, so, you're the one that said it was in a song.
I did say it was in a song, and that's probably what gave it away. Fran, do you quilt?
No, I crochet.
She has some really awesome crochet stuff. She's great with that.
I'm okay with that.
It's like a paste. So what I have...
Oh, that smells like there's like molasses in there.
I can tell you it's not molasses.
I hate molasses.
Beverly says, good morning from coastal North Carolina. I hope anybody who was in the path of the storms yesterday is safe, because I've seen some of what happened. So I am told you basically want the thinnest layer that you can make. The
smallest, the better.
Because this is the, if it's the first time you're trying it.
I just want you to know that that's not thin. That is not thin.
Well, this one's going to be mine. You can put as thin of a layer you want in yours.
Stella, you won't like that. You can't eat that. That smells yucky.
This is going to be torture. And then Fran is going to do hers.
So that's enough, right? That's all I need? Still enough.
Beverly says Vegemite is yucky and nasty. My friend Sean from The Guy Who Sews sent me an image that basically said, like a super thin layer is for beginners, then the intermediate layers, and then like a thick layer is, oh God, you want it crazy.
I'm so scared.
So,
wait, is my coffee over there or the chaser?
You do have a coffee.
Oh, good. I might use that. I'm so scared.
So I'm even going to go in the darker side. Cheers.
Muffin, do that.
We're not going to tell you until after you taste
yummy.
it. Her husband's not trying it.
Tastes like doo-doo. Please throw it away.
It's Vegemite. It's very salty.
Yes, very.
It's very terrible.
I'm not calling it terrible.
Very salty.
No, it's terrible.
It's very salty.
I like salt. That's not salty. That's terrible.
Salty and kind of buttery.
Well, there's butter on the toast. So you're tasting the butter.
Ugh.
I apologize that we're like half ignoring. This is kind of hilarious. Good morning, Maritza. How you doing? Good morning, Colleen. So, yeah, I'm going to actually finish this because it's pretty good.
Negative.
One of the things that we disagree on when it comes to food.
Oh, terrible.
I wonder if I can get this back through airport security.
Well, it's going in the trash if it stays here.
So I hope y'all have seen. I published a short the other day. When I was in the house here alone on Thursday, I hid a whole bunch of little miniature Jesuses and spiders and other things around her house because she infected me with glitter.
I did no such thing. My oldest daughter did.
It came from her house, so
It was wrapping paper that she bought, not me.
So I decided to hide a few things around the house, and she's been having a lot of fun finding them. There's apparently in the cupboard a Jesus looking over another Jesus' shoulder. She has decided that she's uncomfortable with the Jesus watching her get changed.
I mean,
Hi, Stella May.
Stella.
Say hi to the people. This is one of my nieces. She's so adorable.
This is my sweet, perfect baby angel.
So, Fran, what did you graduate with, and from where?
Westfield State University with my bachelor's in business management with a concentration in accounting. So basically, I finally got the paper to go along with all my experience.
So we are proud of her. She is awesome. Good morning, John from Guys Craft 2. I hope you are having a wonderful day out there in the gorgeous Phoenix area. You said Westfield State. Was there anything exciting about the keynote speaker or anything? Did you like anything? Hate anything about the thing? Was it too long, too short?
It was an appropriate amount of time. Because I'm comparing it to my daughter's high school graduation, where that one person got up and talked for probably 2 of the 3 hours that the whole thing went on. The keynote speaker that we had made 0 sense to me. I remember saying that some people get Kermit the Frog, some people got Lady Gaga or Mr. Rogers or Tom Hanks, and we get some mayor from Missouri who didn't even go to Westfield State. So it just felt really weird. But he got on, and it was Quentin Lucas, the mayor of, I believe it was St. Louis.
Yeah.
And he actually was a really, really, really good speaker. Like, I feel like he can go places. Like, he's not stopping at mayor of St. Louis. He's going to go places. But he was funny, and he said, one of the things was, when they first booked me, I think they were expecting us to come in with another Super Bowl, and then this would have made a lot more sense. And then I was like, oh, that could be why.
He was a great speaker of everybody who was up there and talked. I enjoyed his section the most. It was really good.
I cried. I didn't cry. I cried. I didn't cry.
There was a lot of speed with confirming the names as they were going across the stage. It went faster than I expected because you would hear one name, then you hear another name, then you hear another name, then you hear. So, I mean, it's a good way to get about 900 or 1,000 people.
667.
You had one too many.
That's what I told her.
I estimated, I thought I saw about 900, so 667, that sounds a little better. So yeah, it was a large group, and like I said, they were just going one boom, 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 boom. I got some footage of it, which I will be sharing in about a week and a half. It's going to be a really long video when I get back because we did a lot. Just quickly back to the chat. Good morning, Donnell. And I apologize for the noise. I don't know what my brother-in-law's doing.
Apparently, Muffin is doing plumbing.
Oh, plumbing. Donnell says, hey, Russ, Fran, and everyone in the chat. Beverly says, congratulations on your degree.
Thank you.
Kelly's Quilts and Cruises says, good morning. Nice to meet you, Fran, and congratulations on your degree. Charlotte says, good morning. Colleen says, congrats, Fran. Having paperwork is most NB. What's NB? All the young slang. Although
I'm old. So I'm not sure what NB means, but yes, having the paper is good. Although I officially graduated in December, and so I've actually had my degree in hand since February. But I did want to walk because I worked really hard to earn the chance to walk across that stage. So, but yes, having the paperwork is very important. Great leverage too.
Good morning, Jeannie. Good morning, Laura Lynn from Mama Pop Quilt Shop. How are you? Mama Pop Quilt Shop is in Eastern Canada. I think it's Nova Scotia.
Right?
I don't fully remember. I apologize, Laura Lynn, if I got the province wrong.
My husband is originally from Marguerite, Cape Breton Island, Nova Scotia.
Jeannie's saying, congratulations.
Thank you.
Michelle, the quilter, says, hi, Russ and Fran. Congratulations, Fran.
Thank you.
And hello, everyone. Chris.
Nota bene.
Important. That's what it means. Okay. I don't do abbreviations well. I got it right. Nova Scotia.
Hey.
I remember some things. I may not get all the details right, but I remember very close.
I think your Amazon package is here.
Yes, my Amazon package has arrived.
I hope it's not something else nasty like that.
Nope, it's not food.
Good. And it better not be plastic cockroaches because
It is not plastic cockroaches.
you won't be making it home.
And Kelly Quotes and Cruises says that she lives in BC near Vancouver. Michelle is asking, with you having the experience, did it make getting the degree easier?
No.
Why?
Because what you learn in school has nothing to do with real life. I am a tax accountant, and so I have been with the company for a dozen years. With the tax accountant, started out with just my associates, and it took me forever to get the, I guess, probably courage to go back and get it. I guess maybe it wasn't necessarily the courage. I just didn't even know how to go, where to start, or anything else like that. I didn't have like a mentor to push me. Honestly, growing up, we were told that he was going to be the only one going to college, and I was pretty much SOL. And so that's pretty much the life that I lived. Bye, Joydy.
Bye,
It was
Joydy.
nice meeting you. So that was the life that I lived. And so I got my associates because I wanted to, and I had to figure out how to do it myself. There was I didn't have the guidance counselor to guide me or anything like that. So finally, summer 2020, one of my coworkers had helped mentor me and one of my colleagues, and I call them coworkers and colleagues, but they are both very dear friends of mine. In fact, neither of them are employed at my work anymore, and we literally talk every single day still. So she's the one that pushed me and guided me on how to do it, how to apply, and everything else like that. So had she done this maybe a long time ago, of course, had she started working when I was working there, it would have been done by hand. But I had to take, basically, biology. What does biology have to do with accounting or tax? I do taxes. There was a one federal income tax class that I had to take. And that entire class, I knew all of the answers. And in fact, I argued with the professor because I was right and he was wrong. And he wouldn't admit that I was wrong or that he was wrong, even when I cited IRS code section. But nothing else had anything to do with pretty much accounting. It was a lot of management classes that I had to take. So,
And the horrible math classes.
Yeah, horrible math classes.
They were horrible. I had to help her make sure she was getting the formulas right because they weren't taught correctly.
Nothing was taught, honestly. It was actually, I self-taught myself and ended my college career with a 3.941 GPA. I graduated summa cum laude, and
Yeah, so proud of her.
I did all of that while working full-time.
With tax season.
With tax season, which is mandatory 55 hours during tax season, but in reality, I was working more like 70 plus hours while doing a college course on top of that as well. So it was hard. It was tough. I did summer classes. It was literally every single course that they had one, I did a course. I even did a over accelerated course for it's the politics class that I had to take, and I did that one in 2 weeks.
I just remember 2 years ago when I came here, you were upset because you had classes and you're like, I need to finish. I was like, take your time, do whatever you need to do.
Yeah, I was doing 2 classes during the summer, which was an accelerated 8-week course. And I took 2, so that was literally doing 2 full-time courses in half the time. It was terrible. I had no life. So I'm very excited to have my summer back. This is my first summer since 2020. And Mother Nature better not do me dirty because I plan on spending every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday outside in my pool and playing with my puppy.
Good morning, CNC Farmer. How you doing? So, Fran, I know I did not ask you to do this ahead of time, and I apologize. Do you have any crochet stuff that you can show off easily and conveniently? I'm just asking because people love to see the goodies. And
I can show you what I'm currently working on. I don't have anything in hand ever. I always make things for people, so I don't have anything that I made here, but I can show you what I'm currently working on because that has not been gifted.
Okay, go get it. Because we like, showing off. It's always fun. And even though it's not quilty related, I think it's going to be something gorgeous to give a little bit of inspiration with. She showed this to me the other day, and I was like, that looks pretty awesome. Good morning, my friend Steven of the Idiot Quilter, who is currently in the Netherlands visiting all kinds of cool places. I've seen a lot of your videos going on, and I think that's a lot of fun you've been having. And good morning, Judy, who says, hi, Russ and Fran.
Hi, Judy. So what I'm currently working on is it's a blanket that I'm making for a coworker friend, and it's using the Jacob's ladder stitch. So this is the color that I picked, and you can see the loops that I have here on this side. Nope, this side.
She's upset because the camera image is backwards. And
I know.
I don't know how to change
I don't like
that.
my face this way. I want it to be the right way. So, however, so I can turn it this way. Basically, you can see what the loops do. You turn it, it's almost like a knit cable going up. And so this, I have it here, and then it makes its way over here. So in the middle, it's just nice and open, and it's going to be a baby blanket for one of my coworkers who I'm not telling about this YouTube video so that she doesn't see it in advance. But I don't recall having any other
I should
crochet
have warned you
projects
if you had anything else. I
in
apologize. But this is just all off the cuff because, again, I was just like, hey, Fran, do you want to do a quick live with friends out here?
I have pictures. While he's talking, I'll find a picture.
I don't know if the pictures will show up well on
Well, we'll try.
We can try. But, yeah, that's going to be fun. Judy's asking if that's finger crocheting.
Nope, it's a decent size thick hook. It's Bernat blanket yarn, so it's thick. It's a chunky yarn, but it's not too chunky. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been lots of fun. Just, how long have you been crocheting?
How long have I been crocheting? Oh, I think it was 2016. It was on your birthday.
My birthday.
It was on your birthday. Because I remember it pops up on Facebook every year in my memories. And I'm like, oh, I don't have to tell him happy birthday. I get to wish myself a happy anniversary of learning how to crochet. I was sitting on the couch and I was like, I really just want to, I was like, I'm chilly. And it was in October. And I was like, I wish I knew how to crochet. And my husband was like, why? And I said, so I can crochet myself a blanket and keep myself warm. And he's like, why don't you just go get a blanket? And I was like, because that's not how it works in my head. So I went to AC Moore, which is no longer even in business anymore. So I went to AC Moore and I bought a couple skeins of yarn and a hook and found a YouTube video and just taught myself how to crochet. I've not finished that blanket at all. It is about this tall. No, I think actually it might be taller than that. I think it might be more like this or so. I also actually have I started a temperature blanket in 2018, I believe, and I've made myself to March.
So what we're hearing is you are very similar to the way that us quilters do, where we get multiple projects and we put something down and then remember, oh crap, we got to pick this back up later.
Oh, yeah, no, if it has to do with me, I don't really care for it. But if it has to do for somebody else, then there's more joy to it, I suppose, is a good way to call it.
So Michelle says that's a beautiful pattern in color for your blanket there.
Thank you.
That was Michelle the quilter. We have Michelle Bustamante says her grandson just graduated with a Bachelor's of Science in Economics and a minor in Mathematics with a summa cum laude, as well as like you.
Congratulations to your grandson. That's a huge
That's
improvement
a lot
because
of
that's a
work.
major and a minor. And
a high grade level.
Yeah.
Judy says it's beautiful. Colleen says it's gorgeous and will be fabulous.
Thank you. Let's see if... Oh, it will show up. So I made this cow for one of my coworkers. He's now a partner of the firm. I did for him, for his first born, I did a very hungry caterpillar. I made the lovey and the caterpillar stuffy. And so the second one I did, his second child, I did Goodnight Moon. And did a bunny for the lovey. And for the third one, I didn't know, they weren't going to find out if it was a boy or a girl. So I was like, I need to find a gender neutral. And so I did I Will Love You Till the Cows Come Home. And I made a cow because it was so cute. So that was one that I made. This was another baby blanket that I made. I don't know if you can see the detail on that. That's using the really chunky yarn again. And then I had made this one for my niece, for her daughter. And I had made this one for my cousin for her birthday.
Oh, that one's fun.
And this is another one that I made as a gift for one of the partners at my firm's first granddaughter. And this is one that I whipped up in literally a day for one of my coworkers. I found out that they were having a baby, and I found out he was pregnant, like his wife was pregnant, and I slapped him and I said, "Why didn't you tell me?" But this one, if you can see it, I actually made this one from our drive up to Nova Scotia last summer for my niece's wedding. I started it in New Hampshire, I think it was, and it was finished shortly after crossing the border.
Oh, wow. That's only a couple hours.
Yeah. It's the joy of thick yarn.
Michelle B says she loves the cow.
Thank you.
Mom and Pop Laura Lynn says beautiful. Judy says beautiful work. And Michelle the quilter says, oh dear, so adorable, the cow.
Yeah.
She does some great work. I've got a couple Afghans that she's crocheted for me and stuff, and I love them to pieces.
He got my very first like real blanket. When I was teaching myself how to crochet, I got bored really quick with that one blanket that I bought the yarn and supplies from AC Moore. I got bored really quickly, so I decided that I was going to I was given a couple of books of stitches, and I was like, I want to practice these. And so I just made like 4 or 5 inch squares, 4 or 5 inch squares, and pieced them all together and sent it to him, and it was a giant mishmash blanket. So he has that one. And yes, Stephen, I have been finding the goodies.
It's been hilarious because she'll be like, oh look, I found another this. Oh look, I found another that.
So what's going to happen is one day I'm going to see a real spider, and I'm not even going to pay any attention to it because I'm going to think that it's going to be fake. And perhaps this has cured my arachnophobia.
It's been great. The moment she walked in the door on Thursday, I had a sign up on her thing that says, this sign is only a distraction. And she goes, what am I being distracted from? I was like, I don't know. So
Have a great day, Kelly. It was nice meeting you.
yeah, bye, Kelly. But yeah, it's been kind of fun going around and she finding things and just seeing the random things that I put around. There's a few things that she hasn't found yet, which is fine. She'll
Well, that's
eventually find
because
them.
he's trashed my house with his luggage.
No, it's not really the luggage. It's the extra parts for the computer because I redid her server on Thursday also. So we haven't had a chance to fully clean up the boxes from that because we got to figure out what needs to be kept and what can be trashed.
You better figure out soon because I'm having anxiety.
But yeah, we just wanted to stop in and do a quick live. Thanks everybody for showing up, and thank you everybody who is watching the replay. I hope everybody has a really awesome day and everything. But we're going to get going because I got to go meet some friends in a little bit. And Fran has some people coming to look at her yard and stuff. So it's going to be kind of a busy day for both of us. So thank you everybody for popping in, and we shall see you later.